Hello everyone, my name is Tojo and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition here in the Frostback Basin, and today we're going to be starting out with wrapping up some of the surrounding side quests before heading on to the main reason we were here, which was to find the body of the last Inquisitor. So starting out, just gonna go up and grab this one here, where Scout Grandin's last known location of one of her friends. Who's, I believe she said that he was a friend to someone who was killed by Hackonites, and she's worried that he might have gone off and tried something against them because he hasn't reported back to his post yet. So we're gonna go have a look over there, probably grab some of these Phaedrus, these landmarks, make our way around well, through here. Maybe pick up these shards on the way there. Then we'll see how much time we have left, and when we're done with that, we're going to head down here and call in the boat. So I'll see you around if anything interesting happens. It's going to be another one of those episodes. What is happening here? Hello? Okay. Is there a trail of it? Yep, there's a trail. What?
These were Hackonites.
That dagger has the Inquisition seal. Fair bet our missing scout came this way.
Blood spilled will be answered. The jaws of Hakon were answered. How far did he go?
More dead Hakon warriors. Could one man accomplish this?
Does the scout happen to be a mage? Or does he just really love Molotovs?
Inquisition soldier. Grandin? Careful. Something is amiss here.
Can I not talk to you? There we go.
Inquisitor, I've abandoned my post, haven't I? I had cause, just missing the permission part.
Harding told us about your friend, Jace.
He was studying at the university. Those Hakon bastards. Jace wasn't a soldier, he wasn't even armed. After this, he was going to show me Val Royeaux. I've never been. I thought we might... I can't let this happen.
We don't want to lose anyone. Sometimes we have no choice.
I wasn't a soldier either, not before this. I lived in the Circle. Never had the skill for combat spells, so I picked up a sword. I wanted to fight for the Inquisition. The jaws of Hakon almost ended that, too. I was bleeding out when it saw me. It knows what I know. They will not kill more people. Not like Jace. I will protect them, Inquisitor.
And then,
Fire's spreading.
will you stop, or will the rage take you? It doesn't have to be this way. Release Grandin's spirit.
Release? The spirit remains because I want it to. I will protect our people. I want to fight, Inquisitor.
You're not walking out of here, demon.
If you stop me, then I cannot stop them. I won't allow it.
Hello? Any other BCs hiding around here? Or is that a bug corpse? Okay, I'm gonna just go then. Okay! Jesus, I'm going.
Harding will inform the family of the death, if not the details.
And Solus did mention that the veil was abnormally thin here. I hadn't stopped to consider what that might mean for, mages. Which is all the more impressive that the Avar are living so harmoniously as they do, because, if mage influences, or demons are capable of, you know, coming across and influencing mages so easily, they must be well-trained and strong-willed to, resist that. Hello, you.
Sir.
What's happening in here now?
No, no, no! I cannot have guests, lowlanders, even those who don't hail from the hold.
Who are you? And why are you out here?
If I tell you, will you leave me be? I am Sigrid Gulsdotten, Augur's apprentice. I exiled myself from Stonebear Hold.
You exiled yourself.
Aye, I did. And my tongue will say no more on that.
Okay. We've got a camp up north we can go grab. Do we get to renovate another treehouse?
You want to set up camp?
Yes, I do. And we now have enough shards to open up that door. Nice. Oh, we've got our own little, That's neat. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but sure. Mechanically. Let's go to this landmark over here. Oh, it's up there. Report for Agent Carter received by the Inquisition survivors, and carrying their notes each other on the matter. Sheer cliffs and steep drops present obstacles to speedy travel within the basin. As a temporary measure, rope ladders are being constructed and placed at strategic points chosen by Scout Harding. Continued presence in this area will require a permanent solution, please advise. Charts and topographical information provided for your perusal. Series of comments follow. Flatten the area? Call. Of course the commander suggests hitting the hills till they forget their hills, Liliana. We could look into getting the soldiers to cut steps into the cliffs to construct structures with some form of verticality scaffolding, maybe? Josephine. I was joking. Meanwhile, have you threatened to cut anyone's tongue today, Colin? I was thinking about it right now, Liliana. The roofer, Baradol, was talking to the foreman about drawing up plans for additions to Skyhold. Covered platforms connected with spiral staircases and spinning catwalks. We could apply the idea to the Frostback Basin. I was there. Wasn't Baradol drunk? He didn't draw out the plans while drunk, I'm sure. We could have an engineer or Dagna look over them to see if they're structurally sound. An engineer, yes. Dagna, no. We don't need our outpost to be half in, half out of the fade, or be able to sing the chant of the light, or whatever it is she's working on right now. I mean, that would be kind of impressive, you gotta admit, Liliana. Okay, what's behind this door? Anything gonna jump out at us? Ooh, nice. 9 cold resist. Script is ancient elven dialect. Upon further observation, it twists, the words becoming visible. There are no gods. There is only the subject and the object, the actor and the acted upon. Those who will earn dominance over others gain title not by nature but by deed. I am Geldarin, and I refuse those who would exert will upon me. Let Andoril's bow crack. Let June's fire grow cold. Let them build temples and lure the faithful with promises. Their pride will consume them, and I, forgotten, will claim power my own, apart from them until I strike in mastery. I did not retain any of what I just read. Is there anything in here that's going to help me get past that ice wall? What about that staff? Staff is good. I lose the auto-cast chain lightning, but that's fine. So let's... There were... I believe they said that there were Hackonites camped along the river that were intercepting our supply lines to the area, so we gotta clear them out now. There's one.
He had a dagger up his sleeve, which no baker needs, and the knot on his apron was tied to Vinta style. I sent a message to Red. She'll investigate.
You are more observant than you appear.
The good spies usually are.
I feel like I missed half that conversation. Anyways, I started blasting.
These Hackonites seem little more than thugs.
They're determined. I'll give them that.
What's in the box? Cool. Anyways, that's one camp down. Got 2 more to go. Okay, that was 2 camps plus some spiders. You gonna let me on? There we go. Last camp. There's the last one. Alright, so that's secured. Where to next? There's a camp up north.
Not a bad spot to camp.
Look at that view. Oh, that's nice. There's a Fade Rift.
Inquisitor,
The Hackonites were pushed back from the river.
that will put minds at ease, sir.
I'll arrange patrols for the area. It's no Imperial highway, but we'll see people along as safely as we can.
That will be all, Lieutenant.
Sir?
Cool. Now we've got potential supply lines down here. Where to next? That's all shards. Shards. We've got a camp near the swamp we could probably go take care of.
Inquisitor. Still finding it difficult to breathe. I'm not strewn across the landscape, so thank you. I'm Colette, Professor Kenrick's research assistant. I was hoping to conduct a survey of a Tevinter ruin in the hills. I may not have chosen the best route.
You're Kenrick's research assistant, so that makes you a student at the University of Orlais.
It does? Why?
Orlesian institutions aren't always accepting of elves.
We can't all run Inquisitions, but I imagine you've caught whispers behind your back, too. The university accepts those worthy of admission, though elven students are few.
How do you find it there?
It's not easy, but this is what I want. And I like working for Professor Kenrick. Elven research students, where publication's concerned, their work's often deemed not substantial enough for formal credit. But Kenrick cares about people who want to learn. If our research finds an audience, I know my name will be included.
What were you hoping to find at the ruin?
The Tevinter's time here was brief, but their architecture endured, offering shelter, forming landmarks. Ancient Avar would have encountered these structures, which certainly predate Inquisitor Emeridan. Evaluating the ruins could offer insight into the region's history, once I can get set up.
You're still going there?
I've read everything we have on Emeridan, and studied up on new excavation techniques. I won't waste this opportunity. If you've a map, I can show you my destination, if you'd be interested in the findings.
Stay safe.
I will.
Okay, well, we found the research assistant. What is happening here? We took steps to avoid the Hackonites and it stayed out of the way for the most part. It would have gone uneventfully had prices and experience not caused them to leave visible prints in the dirt. The jaws of Hakon used them to track us. Even Falker could not throw them off the trail. Persistent bastards. We ended hiding amidst the moldy corpses and sun-bleached bones that littered the grounds around a strange shrine. It was carved of stone and capped what looked like a dragon skull. Thankfully, when the Hackonites traced us to the shrine, the sight of it made them stop short. They whispered amongst themselves, and their leader seemed to make a small bow of obedience to the skull. Then they abandoned the chase. We still do not know what it was about that shrine that made the Hackonites balk. Perhaps we don't want to know. Okay, so we've got the lady's cousin to still find. Got a bunch of shards. There's Tevinter Ruin. Let's head to the Tevinter Ruin and then wrap up the episode. The lady's cousin, it's probably nothing too important. I'll keep recording just in case something interesting happens, but that's probably something I can handle off camera.
Is this where Kenrick's assistant was headed?
I absolutely cannot wait to survey and explore Nigel's Point. This was one of the ruins the explorer Sir Nigel visited on his travels through the Frostbacks. So much of what I've learned from the region comes from his notes and sketches. It's appalling to me how little recognition he's received compared to that of Brother Genitivi or even that of Peddler Pablum, Philum, a bard. I wonder if I could discover the original purpose of Nigel's point. Its Agent of Winter name, of course, has been lost, but I am certain it was built and dedicated to an old god. I wonder which one. If I could learn this, of course, Hardin gives us some severe look every time I suggest I could just stroll over one morning. She insists it's too dangerous. She worries too much.
Inquisitor? You may want to see this. Inquisitor! I was going to send word. I found something. This inscription, almost completely faded, but... 2 stood. Felt 60 true before our triumph. A breath in the hunt, and let rest the lowlanders, worthy of the lady's care. The markings and surrounding artifacts date to Ameridan's time. The references and scripts suggest Avar.
What's your theory?
I need to complete a full survey and have Professor Kenrick evaluate the site himself. But this may be a tribute to Heron and Orina, Inquisitor Ameridan's companions.
What makes you think the inscription refers to Heron and Orina?
It's only a theory, but the age of the markings and surrounding artifacts match the timeline we've established for Ameridan. I found glass fragments in the clay, several with slight veins of discoloration. Blue. Like Templar artifacts.
Templars?
The Templars were a new order in Ameridan's time. Given their small numbers then, few would be found outside the Chantry's reach. It's unusual to find one deep in uncharted territory, unless he traveled here for a purpose, as Heron would have.
You don't think the inscription could refer to Ameridan himself?
It's possible, but Ameridan would have been recognized as a leader, which the inscription might have noted out of respect. And a breath in the hunt? Why note that your hunt continues unless your remaining prey was someone important?
What happened here?
An encounter with ancient Avar, and not a friendly one. Ameridan and his companions were outnumbered in an unfamiliar place. If Ameridan's not here, perhaps someone bought him the time needed to keep going?
If this is the resting place of Heron and Orina, it only remains because the Avar took time to honor them.
Respect for a worthy adversary? It wouldn't be out of place.
What do you know about Heron?
When the Templar Order was first formed, Sir Heron was among its members. He's arguably the most famous of the original Templars, though he was never one of their leaders. He's better known as one of Inquisitor Ameridan's confidants. They'd known each other since youth.
So they were close. Friends.
When Ameridan was made Inquisitor, Heron's position in his inner circle was assumed. A few ballads about them survive. The type with adventures and happy endings. I don't know if they're true. They remind me of my brothers, though.
What can you tell me about Orina?
Orina was an alchemist in Orzammar. It's said she met Ameridan while dealing with a demon, but it's not known why Ameridan was there. Demons aren't common in the deep roads, but they were a problem for the Inquisition at the time. Orina knew she could help, so she joined Ameridan.
If she left Orzammar, that would make her a surfacer.
She turned her back on the stone, though it's said she had few regrets. Some claim she was actually from one of Orzammar's noble families, but who can say? She never used her last name on the surface, and once exiled, the family likely struck her name from personal documents. Professor Kenrick petitioned Orzammar's Shaperate to grant access to their records, but the request was turned down.
What will you do with this information?
Professor Kenrick will expect detailed notes on the location, stone and clay samples, and any trace artifacts I can find. If Ameridan's history is compiled, this could be worth an entire chapter. I might get credit on the inside cover.
Thank you, Colette.
Inquisitor.
Well, good on you, Colette. I hope you're, hope you get the recognition you deserve on this project. There was a thing to read. Where'd it go? Hunt of the Fell Wolf. The runner strode in the winding road, and out of breath came she, upon the bastion of the huntsman true, to make her desperate plea. A Meriden in dragon's hide, heron clad in blessed steel, came through to hear the tidings brought, with so much breathless zeal. Upon the loony moors, the runner cried, a loathsome beast now dwells. As day gives way to night, it strikes, all its path it fells. 3 souls bravely led them out the darkening moor to see, as sun slipped neath the sighing haith. The hunter's guide did flee. The moon crept o'er the heather as a terrible cry released. In silvered light the hunters saw the arrival of the beast. Favored like a wolf it was, in size like woodsman's death. Within its eyes burned eldritch fire, in the fade in every breath. Swift as thought the hunter struck, the demon wolf fell back, but mortal strength alone could not prevent the beast's attack. With one huge paw the monstrous thing struck a Meriden the brave. Across the moor he flew and fell to a watery grave. Just like a dragon's clamped down tight round Heron's armored chest, and with the night it sped away from the moonlight to the west. No living eye was here to see from the peaty swamp arise a Meriden who found himself alone neath darkened skies. A shattered shield of Heron he found upon the moor. In grief a Meriden did his vengeance swear, the beast he would procure. Whilst the wolf across the moor, before Heron to its lair, a labyrinth of winding cave any mortal should beware. By wormlight in the twisting cave, Heron bravely fought, to free himself from death's own jaws before his life was not. With blade arm free the knight struck true, into the monster's eye, and off it fled into the dark with an otherworldly cry. The wounded knight in darkness found the cavern's gloom, an idol carved of fade-touched stone, which could prove the monster's doom. A Meriden all alone did seek the demon wolf's fresh trail, and to the cave came prepared, a wolf's heart to impale. Down the winding cave he sought the beast that slew his friend, and in the eerie wormlight met the beast at cavern's end. With burning blade of Meriden and monster met again, whilst elsewhere did Heron valiantly with demon wards contend. As demon stone was shattered, a Meriden struck true. Beast and spirit both felled at once, though neither hunter knew. Now wounded and in darkness, hunters separate made their way from the bottom of the cavern towards the rising light of day. A Meriden found Heron stumbling, wounded from the cave, and both rejoiced to find the other yet free from the grave. As night passed in the day, the two did tales of valor spin, and to this very day each claims the alone did win. A series of detailed drawings of the inscriptions, glass shards, and surrounding areas following a handful of neatly written notes. 2 stood, felled 60 true before our triumph. A breath in the hunt lets rest the lowlanders worthy of lady's care. Inscription discovered in the Teventer ruin within the Frostback Basin, not Teventer in origin. Script style and surrounding symbolism marked text as Avar. Writing not widespread in the holds. Place marked by a leader or augur. Few lowlanders known to be the area at the time. Glass in the area likely means Templar presence. Long past. Samples prepared for Professor Kenrick's opinion. Any other things lying around? No. Okay, so with that, I think we're finally going to move on to heading off to that island to see if we can locate, what was his name? Inquisitor Meriden's resting place. But until then, I guess my name's been Tojo. Remember to leave a like, how do I flub up the outro? It's so simple. Oh, that's the wrong button. Until next time, guys, my name's been Tojo. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.